Okay, thank you very much, Mayor, and good evening, everyone, Mayor, Council, and residents. Mayor, want to join the chorus that I heard from a few others and wish you a very happy birthday. Of course, it's 2 days later, but do want to do that publicly. And also all the mothers that are on, mothers and mother figures, want to wish you I hope that you had a very happy Mother's Day weekend. I am going to share my slides if that is okay with you. Okay, we got it.
Yep.
All right, we're good. Thank you. All right. Before I begin, I do just want to acknowledge, and I heard Mr. Marshall say, and I'm just going to echo that this is Police Week, National Police Week, and it's also National Peace Officers Memorial Day. And that's this week, and then next week begins Public Service Week for the Department of Public Works. And I do want to acknowledge the great work, the tremendous work that our police department does, as well as our DPW, our public servants. They work incredibly hard for this community every day. And so while there's a week set aside every year to acknowledge them, I do want to just say that we are proud of the service and the sacrifice that they make every day on behalf of this city. And in that vein, I want to acknowledge Scott Hurley. He is riding 250 miles from Philadelphia to DC. This is the Police Unity Tour. They do this every year during Police Week. Scott Hurley, this is his 14th ride. And this year he's riding once again to honor Corporal Robert King. Many of you have heard that name before. He died in 1984 in the line of duty. He was a motorcycle officer. He's also going to be riding in memory of a K-9 by the name of Diesel from Chattanooga Police, who sustained injuries during an arrest, but is okay. So I want to just say that this is something that he does on his own and that we as a city support, but there are all kinds of things going on. Chief, I think you can probably speak to some of the things that have happened. I know that we had some officers participate in a survivor pickup and a graveside visit, and just a host of other things going on. You'll see all that on our website, but I do want to thank Scott Hurley, and I do want to publicly thank our police department and our Department of Public Works for the great work they do. Okay, and so we had a lot going on with children and youth. I'm just going to call out just a few things that they've been doing. They, of course, have taken some trips. So they did the Toughed Up trip. I don't know, I'm stumbling over my words tonight. And they did a confidence workshop. That was on Thursday, the 23rd. That was the leadership program. They did this in partnership with Confident Women, and they participated in discussions and activities to help them build confidence in their daily lives. So we love that for our teens. They also participated in a Goat Mental Health Expo. And so they learned about a lot of resources and some networks that they can participate in. And then our staff participated in Northwestern High School performance of telling true stories. So we're proud of all the things that our young people are doing and our staff is doing to support our young people. And then this one I think is really important to share, Aging and Wellness Services, this legal documents clinic. This is important because many times our seniors don't necessarily know how to reach out and get help to write wills or what they need to do with an advanced directive or power of attorney. And so we had some legal consultants come in and they worked with our residents up to 18. And they, in kind, that was over $63,000 worth of support that they provided to our seniors, and they were really grateful. And then they're also out there getting some exercise at the duck pond. So I want to just acknowledge the work that the staff is doing with seniors. I think Cindy Zork is on, and she's going to talk about some updates that she's doing in the communications page. Cindy, are you on?
I'm here.
There you are.
Hi, everyone. So we got a couple exciting communications updates to share. The first is that we've been doing a lot of work on the website, updating some of our pages. We called out specifically the age-friendly page here. We've reformatted reformatted it in a way that we hope makes it easier to navigate. You can see the list here of all the programs now organized into health and recreation, home assistance, meal programs. There's also actually transportation listed on the page there. That page is hyattsville.org/seniors for anyone looking for those resources. Some other pages to look at, we've just updated the code pages similarly to try and make that the common code concerns, to try and make that a little easier. And we've added a specific resource on noise ordinances there. And then actually our department pages also got a refresh with some of the new staff and staff transitions. So if you head there, you can see the shining faces of all the department directors. Our other exciting piece of news is that we started a podcast. That's something we've been thinking about for a little while, and we finally made it happen. Thank you to Mayor Crosland for being our guest on our first podcast. It's just about 10 minutes. It's really quick. You can listen to us while you're doing your dishes, while you're on your commute. Our goal is to give you a couple quick updates on city news and events, have an interview with some local leaders, and then also just some kind of behind the scenes chit chat at the city. So we hope it's a lot of fun. We have the first episode up now. We're also going to be putting in the podcast feed audio from our council recaps. So you can catch those there, and then also some other kind of treats that will drop along the way. So you can download it from Apple, from Overcast, and from Spotify. So you can anywhere that you usually get your podcasts, look for Hyattsville happenings, and that's where we are.
Thank you, Cindy. Cindy and her team continue to look for creative ways to get messaging out and get the word out, and have a good time doing it. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Cindy. All right, Hal, if you're on, I'm going to turn to you for project updates. We've got some really exciting news with our teen center and our police and public safety building, and then the spot's going to be right behind them. Hal, are you on?
Yes, thank you, Tracy.
All right.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As Tracy mentioned, we have had a lot of exciting news in the last week. Starting with the Teen Center on the 4th, we received our, it's not our temp UNO, it's actually our final use and occupancy for the building. So that allows us to get in there, finish installing IT, finish installing our security, our access control, and get the building ready with the things we need to do to put it into service. We'll be working with community services to get them moved in there, and they'll probably start moving as the summer camps wrap up and they get ready to transition into fall programming. And then 3505 Hamilton Street, we got a verbal approval of our temporary use and occupancy that was received on the 8th. Which again is great news. It allows us to move kind of from the construction into the installation phase of the project. So we still have quite a bit of work to do, and we're coordinating with all our various vendors to install the furniture, the communications and radio systems, the phone systems, the AV systems, and everything that's got to go into the building so that the police department can begin moving in there, which they will do in a kind of a phased process as different areas are completed and able to be occupied. And then finally with the spot, we are working on revising our permit with DPI. We had to make some minor modifications to our stormwater to make it a little easier and less expensive to construct. So that's a benefit, but unfortunately it had to be reviewed again by DPI, so it's with them. But it kind of works out because we are planning to begin work after Trolley Trail Day, so we want to make sure that the space is available for Trolley Trail Day, and then hopefully very shortly after Trolley Trail Day is over, we'll be getting in there to get construction started.
Yeah, and it's important to know this because a lot of times these buildings sit empty and people drive by and they say, oh, it looks like it's done, we're ready to move in. But unfortunately, we're going through a series of inspections, fire inspections, sprinkler inspections, structural inspections, elevator inspections. So there's a series of inspections that have to happen before anything can be moved in, before we can drop IT lines in, before we can do much of anything. So we're really excited that we got movement because a lot of these inspections can take months. And then after it's all done, then we need a final inspection of everything. So that's where we've been. And so we're excited. We're on the move now. Okay, let's see what we got next. All right. Oops, let's see. Let me go back. Hal, you want to take this one?
I can. I don't know if Reggie was available. I think he wanted to give a little bit
Reggie?
of an update on this.
Yes, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay, good. As you may have noticed over the last week, over the last week or two, there has been the final phase of work going on Hamilton Street in preparation of us being able to open up the main entrance to our garage. As you can see from the photos, the handicap ramps have been installed, and we've had some work done leading into Hamilton Street. And beginning tomorrow, they are scheduled to paint the crosswalks. Weather interrupted that for today, but the crosswalks will be painted tomorrow, which is the last phase of work that actually needs to be done, after which they will spend several days of testing the new traffic pattern, testing the new lights, testing the crosswalk, and the walk, don't walk signage. Everything's going to be tested over the course of several days. After which we will be given a date when we can safely open that main entrance to the garage. So I'm pleased to say that we are no longer weeks away; we are days away, and so we're looking forward to everything working the way that it should, and everything being in service for our city as soon as possible. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Reggie. And then Hal, Ager Road.
Yes, and I will with all of our outdoor projects, and for Reggie, I'll add the caveat that it's all weather dependent. So hopefully the weather cooperates and they can get all that work done. But on Ager Road, if you've been over there recently, you've seen the county's been busy getting the intersection prepped for the traffic signal to go in. And in fact, I believe I saw pictures today. I didn't get a chance to drive by yet, but I believe the traffic signals are installed. I think the county is just now waiting for Pepco to provide power so that they can, activate the signals and begin all their testing of all of the equipment. So, again, hopefully the weather will cooperate over the next couple of weeks, and we'll have a fully functioning signal at Ager Road and Nixon Street.
Okay, thank you, Hal. Okay, so just going to go through some upcoming events. So let's see, we've got DPW. We mentioned that it's Public Works Week. So this weekend, we'll have an open house at Public Works. The theme is Rooted in Service, Powered by Community. And they'll be doing that on Saturday from 10 to 2 p.m. So feel free to stop by if you're out and about. Come in and see all the vehicles, meet the staff, look at their fairly new facility. And the environmental depot is there as well. All right, and then we've got the regular weekly offerings. So we've got that Zumba class, that's on Mondays and Wednesdays. Hyattsville is Home Art class on Tuesdays. In Wellness We Thrive workshop on Wednesday from 5 to 6. A seated exercise class is for older adults is also on Wednesday from 10 to 11. And digital literacy class is 12 to 1:30 at the city building. I always talk about how the exercise class is growing, but that digital literacy class is also growing quite rapidly. We find that a lot of our seniors and aging population just want to learn as much as they can about how to operate their computers or iPads, laptops, you name it, cell phones. There's a note here that shows that the city offices will be closed on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. So when that happens, if everyone remembers that the council meetings are then held on Tuesday, the 26th. And then service changes to trash and recycling. We'll announce that again as we get closer to time, but I just want to make sure that I point that out. All right, and then we've got some committee meetings coming up over the next 2 weeks. We've got the Ethics Commission, Hyattsville Environmental Committee meeting, Police and Public Safety, Youth Advisory Council is meeting, Education Advisory Council meeting, Planning Committee meeting, and Educational Facilities Committee meeting. And upcoming events, we've got Bike to Work Day on the 15th. That's this Friday. Care Partner Support Group is also on Friday the 15th. Invasive Vine Removal, Saturday the 16th. Public Works Open House, I mentioned that. Ward 5 Budget and Barbecue. That's going to be on Sunday, May 17th from 11 to 1. Lunch and Learn, and that's at the 38th Avenue Park. Lunch and Learn Workshop, where they're going to do the File of Life again, and that's going to be Monday, May 18th. Produce Distribution, Tuesday, May 19th. A Traffic Calming Meeting, that's going to be on Stanford and Gumwood Drive projects on Tuesday the 19th. And then we have the next CERT meeting, which will be on Wednesday, the 20th at 6:30. And then Seniors on the Go, they're going to go to Anne Arundel Mills Mall, and that's on the 21st. Narcan training again on Thursday, the 21st, and on Friday, the 22nd, and age-friendly work group meeting on Friday, the 22nd. I think that's my last slide. I'm going to stop sharing, take any questions if you have any.
Okay, colleagues, do you have any questions? Mr. Shively.
Yes. We did hear during public comment a question about the status of, I think it's 6505 Bellcrest, where ICE has a headquarters. Last I've heard on that was that there was a planned expansion, and I haven't heard anything in months related to that, if that expansion ever occurred, if they're still looking at that location. And any update from our city staff would be appreciated.
Yeah, I'll let Sandra jump on. I do not think that we know any more than we did then. So these have been law offices that have been there. Sandra, if I recall, the law offices have been there about 7 years. They did indicate that they were expanding to bring more attorneys in. Obviously, anytime someone expands, we can't control who actually comes in there. So that messaging was a bit suspect to all of us. So we've reached out to the governor's office on immigrant affairs. They have been keeping their ear to the ground. Of course, Congressman Ivey came out to the protest and has participated, as well as our county council members. The last that we heard from the building owners is that they have been requesting a use and occupancy permit. They seem to be very concerned about the amount of pushback. So we have not heard any more about the expansion, which could suggest that they are looking elsewhere, but I don't know that we know that for sure. We will make some calls again and see what we can find, but at this point, everything has been quiet on that front, from my understanding, and from the messaging that we're getting from the governor's office. Sandra, do you have anything to add to that?
No, ma'am, you're actually correct. They have not mentioned anything, and they give us an update on a bi-weekly basis. And actually, in the past 2 weeks, we have been meeting with them once a week. So no update on that, and they have not even mentioned it. So, yeah.
Okay, colleagues, any other questions? Okay. Mr. Solomon has a question, last minute question.
Not a question, just wanted to add on to what was said that recall also that the county executive issued an executive order preventing the issuance of any use and occupancy permits for any detention facilities. And I think that's when most of the conversation around the subject stopped.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Solomon.
And just to add, that's the same case with the other facility. They cannot move forward just yet. They have postponed it so far. So not in the city, but the facility in the other county, Washington County, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Shepherd, for that as well.